For me, the night before a car show is like the night before Christmas. I can't sleep. My mind races all night until about 5 minutes before the alarm goes off. Hey Google, what's today's forecast?
Today in Naples, it'll be sunny with a forecasted high of 79 and a low of 50.
I like to get to the car show early, less traffic on the way there, and I like to get my car cleaned up and detailed before everybody else starts working on theirs. That way I can just sip on some coffee and watch them. Maybe chat with a friend or two. Also like to take video and pictures of the cool cars before the crowd shows up so I can get some unobstructed shots. For those of you who don't know, there is a big difference between a car show and a car meet. A car show is where you pay money to enter a car into a kind of a beauty contest. Some shows are judged by car guys, and sometimes they're judged by the attendees who show up and look at the cars. And sometimes both. Sometimes I win what's called the People's Choice Award. Sometimes the classifications or categories for different cars make sense. Occasionally, the categories or classifications are between vague and nonsensical. Okay guys, I'm gonna roll the dice with some food truck. Got a cheeseburger from a food truck. But this is a nice one. I like this one. Take a look around. And this is just one parking lot of the show. There's a lot of cars here. And this one's turning out to be a really nice one. So I'm gonna sit down behind the caddy. Cheeseburger. This Lamborghini belongs to a guy that I run into all the time at the car shows. He's like me. He likes to get in early and clean his car up before the crowds show up, and he and I'll chat sometimes and talk about cars over a beer and then walk around and eyeball all the other hardware. That's half the fun of the thing, is looking at all the cars. Now, the main difference between a car show and a car meet is that there's trophies that are given out to different classifications of cars. Fun in the sun, car show day. This was a nice one. I like this one. They got pretty much everything here. You name it, they've got it. Exotics, race cars, classic cars, muscle cars, trucks, beer. Anyway, And it's a nice setting. Live music. Anyway, guys. Now, one of the main similarities between a car show and a car meet is the stories you will hear about other people's cars, cars that were like your car, cars that their grandfather had. I particularly like the stories about the cars that got away and people's favorite cars.
A 1964 Ford.
64
The ones
Ford.
with the round taillights.
Yeah.
It was pretty big.
Beautiful car.
It was pretty big.
That's when you got your
wagon. That's what I drove. That's what I parallel parked.
station wagon.
Yes.
To get your
64 Ford station wagon. Look it up sometime. Yeah. It was big, and I hadn't driven it a lot.
Okay.
I had driven a lot, but not driven.
You had what was that again? You had a 55.
55 Caddy convertible, baby blue.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's a special story you can tell me about that car?
Well, I was in the service at the time. I was first lieutenant. Couldn't afford it, but I had a 55 Pontiac that I traded in, so together that made it okay. Then I went overseas. I left the car at home. My wife, no, my mother was a school teacher, and she was trying to do me a favor and drove the car to school one day, and she got all kinds of hell from the other teachers for driving that car to school.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can understand. I can see how that would be an issue.
Well,
yeah.
That would have been 1958, 56, 57, 58. And, the car was still pretty new. But the teachers weren't making that kind of money.
No way. Well, that's an interesting story. Well, it's just about time for the award ceremony to start, and guess what?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You have a beautiful car. When you sell it, come find me.
The car show is over, and they're all leaving, and they've given out the trophies for the cars. Okay, so you see what I mean. A car show is where you enter a car contest, and people come and look at the cars. And there may be an entry fee or maybe not. But a car meet is just where a bunch of car guys show up with their cars. There's no contest. It's just car guys with their cars and people that want to see the cars coming and just hanging out and talking about all things cars and experiencing automobilia and so forth. But for me, one of the main things is hearing the stories that people tell about the cars that they've had in their lives and the cars that have influenced and moved them. And for me, that is a big deal. And that's why this channel exists. And that's why I do these videos.